Bop, bop, Okay, so I haven't streamed in a long time. We're just sitting on the Kane Pixels channel. I'm trying to think of something that I could put on. This is how you know I'm bad at streaming, because like other people would have like a waiting lobby or something. Speaking of which, drop this down so it stays open when I'm talking. As you notice, I'm also trying this little VTuber avatar thing. This is my first time streaming in literally like forever. I think we'll wait it out for like 10 minutes and we'll see. I don't know, something that we could put on while we see if we can get people to file in or something like that. Whoa, 2 viewers. That's insane. I think I can see chat from where I'm at. I would need someone to type in the chat to know that. Which that's me subtly trying to get someone to type in the chat so I can see if chat's working. Let's see here. Oh, yep, it's working. Wow. Hello, Cade. Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and kick this off in a minute. It's funny. I'm going to trying to think of something that I can do while I wait to see if people join. I didn't really give much of a heads up that I would be streaming. Maybe I should do that actually. It does have it on my channel, so I'll just let that be. Okay, so yeah, today as a test stream, we're going to be watching Kane Pixel's Backrooms videos because he released like 2 videos in 2 weeks, which is frankly for him insane. And then I think we might watch some other stuff. I'm probably going to do another stream where I watch all of the new season of Angel Hair when the final episode of that comes out next week. I'm also probably going to stream the Silent Hill 2 remake because that's one of my favorite games. Or at least the original is. I don't know about the new one. And yeah, for now, I just wanted to do something easy, which, what's easier than reaction content, right? Just watching a video that you didn't even work on. Hello, Willow Tree, our cats. Hello, God, see, I sound like such a boomer when I'm like, it sounded like I was like squinting to look at your name like a person, like a fucking boomer does when they're looking at Facebook. Like, oh, I got a message from Doris. Who is Doris? I don't know. That just sounded like an old person name. Hopefully, of the 4 people in the chat, none of them are named Doris. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and I guess for now, this is a good waiting video. We're going to watch this little video, which is part of the oldest view thing. This is the real life wreckage of the Valley View Center Mall after it was demolished. But the oldest view is all about like a ghost version of the Valley View Center Mall, and Kane Pixels seems to have like a slight obsession with the Valley View Center Mall. It seems like it's one of his many obsessions. Hello, Tyler Pinkerton. Welcome to my first stream in literally months. Should I full screen it or leave it like it is right now? I don't know what is the preference. I don't even know if I can see what it looks like if I full screen it. I can't see the chat if I do this. So we'll probably just... But yeah, I haven't watched this yet because I'm pretty sure it's actually more non-fiction than fiction with the Kane Pixels thing. It totally looks... I am pretty sure he literally just traveled out to Texas to walk around the destroyed bits of the Valley View Center Mall, which is really cool. I mean, I dig it. If I had the money, I would travel around and look at abandoned buildings too, which I've done before. We went to an old abandoned church out somewhere once, and it was really spooky. This isn't really spooky. Obviously, it's broad daylight, but I'm pretty sure this is meant to mean something for the oldest view. He does make his stuff really interesting. Like, if you look at this video not only as nonfiction and as like part of the actual oldest view, why are the greens and colors so saturated? It makes you think that he is really going for something with it. Here's the funny thing about this little avatar that I'm using. I have to keep it up to where it is or it won't catch my voice. The mouth will keep closing over and over again, but when it's this high, literally sometimes my breathing will like make the mouth open. And then my little ghost looks super surprised. But right now, I'm just watching this, and then I guess I'm gonna pull up the new Backrooms videos, which it's been forever. Like, I watched the entirety of the Backrooms series earlier this year, which literally the beginning of the year. So at this point, that would have been 7 or 8 months ago. I don't remember a whole lot. I mean, I remember the core plot, but if I had to sit down and like be quizzed on the names of characters and stuff like that, I would not remember. Oh, that's neat. Okay, that's pretty fucking cool. He actually is like showing where certain parts of the ground itself matched up with pictures and videos. I would hope, I mean, this ghost needs to breathe, but I would hope most ghosts don't need to breathe. That would be such an inconvenience. Like dying and then having to do similar stuff that you had to do when you were alive. Imagine being a ghost that has to go to the bathroom. See, I didn't know how much of this was going to be referencing the actual oldest view videos, so that's actually really neat. Getting flashbacks while walking around the wreckage of an abandoned mall. That's a chair. Riveting commentary. That's a chair. It seems like he's kind of transfixed by this foldable chair. Got some poop on the ground there. What are the lore implications of the poop? I'm getting into it. I'm a little transfixed by just the eeriness of it. The fact that he decided to like put images from the episodes over to show like where it's taking place is super neat. And since I haven't watched this before, I didn't know that. And so it's like a nice little treat. I literally thought it was just him walking around the grounds with nothing else, but nah. He had to do it up. it's in broad daylight, but this does give you like a sense of foreboding. Keep feeling like something is gonna spring up out of the grass, which there isn't much grass to spring up out of, but like I'm pretty sure it's just the ambient music that he has playing in the background. That is bright red. Let me know how the audio levels are, if you guys can hear the video, if you can hear me alright. I don't want to overtake one or the other. I want it to be like pretty level. Awesome. I just wanted to be sure. When it comes to streaming, the technical side has always been my biggest weakness. I mean, I can't act like I'm like Mr. Entertainer over here when I'm streaming. Like, I'm just trying to be myself a little bit, but at the same time, you know, I want to bring some value. Okay. I have no clue what that. Hello, Dark Lilligant. What's the significance of the Dr. Pepper bottle? What's the significance of the Dr. Pepper bottle in the trash can? Oh my god, the Dr. Pepper bottle. What's the significance? What does it mean? There's a hole. Love that. We love holes starring Shia LaBeouf and other actors that I can't remember. I think Sigourney Weaver is also in Holes. She's the bad guy. Sigourney Weaver. That's... Spooky grass hole. I think if there was a soda that was in the back room that sponsored the Backrooms, it would be like it would be ineligible. It would be like, I don't know, Dr. Bopsy or something like that. Mr. Bopsy. Like, you wouldn't eat it. Would be one of those off-brand sodas. Come get a good old can of Senior Kepsis. Your favorite off-brand cherry-flavored dark soda beverage. I'm actually so surprised at how entertained I am by this. When I first started, like, checking it out, I was like, but, like, I'm kind of transfixed. Like, he's pretty good at making a cinematic experience about something that would be otherwise kind of just tame and a little boring, I think. Oh, wait. Okay, I gotta go back for that. I wonder if he, like, planned this entire route. So he knew he would hit specific spots and get, like, these perfect pictures that lined up. Or if it just happened that way. Oh, he's got it. It's got to be planned. He had to have, like, sat and thought about all this. If it did just work out, that's amazing, but I don't think so. I imagine he scouted this out and was like, how am I going to make a movie about me just walking around in this wreckage? And honestly, you did a pretty good job. I'm like resisting the urge to say something kind of trite, but I might as well. Life always finds a way, right? Why resist it? Just let the cringe flow through you. And by you, I mean me. Oh, that's the video. I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure that is the video that actually got me into the oldest view. I got recommended a mall tour of the Valley View Center Mall before I got recommended the oldest view. And it's super weird to think about that. How I'm pretty sure the reason that mall tour was popping off was because the oldest view had come out. I need to go back. I kind of spaced out for a minute. Okay. That makes more sense. I think one of the reasons that I like this so much is one of my favorite types of media growing up was like ghost-like horror movies that weren't really... It didn't depend on showing you scary things, but more implying what could be there. And it has this, like... Someone mentioned Kane Pixels being like this ethereal being earlier, but this does have this, like, ethereal feeling to it as he's walking around and the different little bits are popping up and playing these little sound cues. It reminds me of like a movie with someone experiencing little flashbacks or like a game or something like that. And it makes it simultaneously like really pretty and also really kind of creepy. Okay, it sounds like the music's getting a little somber now. I've been wanting to play the Fallout games again since the show came out, which I still haven't watched all of the show because I am incredibly, I wouldn't say lazy, but when it comes to like television shows, I'm like, damn, that's gonna be 12 hours of my life I'm gonna have to sit there. It's amazing that I can watch so many hours of YouTube, though. This is reminding me of the song Touch by Daft Punk from like Random Access Memories. Okay, Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3? Funny enough, I've played more Fallout 3, but I prefer New Vegas. I think New Vegas is just a little harder to get into at the start because 3 kind of holds your hand a lot. But New Vegas, I think, has more, like, in the late game, it's a lot more fun. Fallout 3 is a very linear experience, I feel like. Which I enjoy both, but New Vegas just has a lot more qualities that I appreciate after the fact. Hey, I mean, that's pretty cool, though. Like, if they had a Fallout game that takes place in Tennessee, I don't know how biased I'd be towards it, but it would be neat. I'd be like, oh, that's where I live. Yeah, it said this was somber, but this is actually feeling kind of uplifting. Like, I could imagine he's just gonna fly up into the sky at the end of this or something weird like that. Is this where we find out that it was secretly a Dr. Pepper advertisement? He's gonna reach down and there's a pristine, cold, refreshing can of Dr. Pepper amongst the rubble. That was nice. Very, actually relaxing, fun, kind of uplifting. And now, for something completely different, we're just going to let it autoplay into it. So we get a second of... I haven't watched this yet either. Like, these next 2 Backrooms videos, completely haven't seen any of it. I did look at the comments one day because I'm very bad about that.
Back to the hotel that night and was listening to the footage, I realized I recorded a Monsanto exec joking with a DPR manager about a sick kid referring to it as the bug-eyed one. And sure, I like making fun of diseased kids as much as the next guy, but
hello,
right after
Flipsy.
that, one of them basically
Hello.
admitted to fault, which, mind you, they aren't doing publicly at all. They said something along the lines of, well, hey, if we accidentally push out the entire county, you might just get that ranch you always wanted. Fucking A, man.
It's surprisingly political, mentioning Monsanto, and seemingly like some type of like I have to go back. Okay, I'm sorry, but
as the bridge, I realized I recorded a Monsanto exec joking with a DPR
yeah, that's
manager
crazy.
about a sick kid referring
A
to
Monsanto
it
exec
as the bug-eyed one.
talking about a sick kid.
And sure, I like making fun of diseased kids as much as the next guy, but right after that, one of them basically admitted to fault, which, mind you, they aren't doing publicly at all. They said something along the lines of, well, hey, if we accidentally push out the entire county, you might just get that ranch you always wanted. Fucking A, man.
Sorry, I think I'm gonna have to call. This is Robbie. I'm a tenant in the upstairs at Fairmont. Yeah, that's me. I'm just calling to ask to see if there's anybody supposed to be checking out the downstairs today. Okay, so no like maintenance or anything.
Oh man, I'm already getting a sense of dread. That opening.
Hey!
I legit do this sometimes if I hear something outside at night when it's like really late and I know other people are asleep. I'll go out in my house and be like, if anyone's there, I have a weapon. Usually no one's there. It was my cat, but like, you know.
Fuck me.
Shit. That's not horrifying at all.
Hey! Someone here?
I wonder if this is CG or if this is an actual real place, because I know like 80% of Kane Pixel's videos are CG, especially the Backrooms ones. Dude. Okay.
Hey!
Are we gonna get jump scared? That closet is too big. Homie, do not go into the weird... Like, that's not right.
Someone there?
This isn't like, this is not right meter not going off at all. It's not a closet. It's a giant room with a hallway to the right and a chair to the left. If he's not seen the movie Barbarian, like, you don't go into the secret passage, dog. You call the landlord and say, hey, is there a secret passage? And then you get... Oh, shit! God damn it. Arnold Schwarzenegger poster. That actually scared me. Arnold jump scare. See, even knowing that this space is supposed to be this way, it doesn't look right to me. That's not... That is not a normal basement closet type situation. Don't! Dog, what is this house? This is like a mega basement. Got basements inside basements up at this bitch. That ain't right. That's some video game shit. You get out of there. That's some Silent Hill fucking... Nah. Nuh-uh. You leave. Seems something's trying to force its way into our world. Oh, Jesus. That shit legit swallowed him. But this has also been the most interesting way that someone's gotten into the Backrooms yet, because the other people just kind of fade through reality. This guy had like a goddamn hallway open up in his house. Okay, he literally fell out of a cabinet.
For the record, I did not know this was here.
Alright, it said it kind of disconnected for a minute, so hopefully we're back. He said, for the record, I did not know this was here. I don't think this is normally here, man. Yeah, right. As soon as I saw the weird brick hole that obviously he knew was not there in the first place, I would be gone. I mean, I say that. There's a part of me that would, like, want to peek. Because you know, as much as I, like, oh, I believe in the paranormal, but then, like, something happens, I'm like, this is normal, right? Big hole in my basement? Unless it's never been there before, in which case, yeah.
I don't understand. How is this even here?
So we're getting into the part where he's just gonna, like, be wandering around in weird places for a bit now. Which, you know, that's keynote Backrooms.
What the fuck?
I said keynote. Yes. Is that wind coming out of this office? Wind in my office? Oh, there's a vent. Oh, no, not a vent hole. A hole shaped like a vent. Okay, so, oh. That wasn't like that a moment ago. The door wasn't, was that door closed? It's amazing how darkness can make a place that you've just been even creepier. Okay, the door's locked now. So this is, like, kind of different than before. Feels like, in my big theory video, one of my theories was, like, is the Backrooms itself alive? And, you know, it's like eating people. And stuff like this makes me think in some way it is alive and aware or something. Like a door, the light going out on its own and the door being locked is weird and, like, paranormal, not just scientific. And also a hole appearing in his house so purposefully that leads him into the Backrooms. That feels so purposeful. But of course, I just like it being paranormal. If at the end it's like, oh, it's a science monster. Yeah, some of my favorite horror stories from like a horror podcast I listen to every now and then called the No Sleep Podcast. They take place in haunted office buildings. Because the idea of like a place that you don't like work enough as it is. The idea of going to a place that you have to work and then there also being ghosts that like fuck your shit up. Who wants that? Yeah, let's just keep crawling in holes. I think that's good. That's a good idea. I like holes. You like holes. It's,
What the fuck is...
that's a microwave. The microwave. Oh, the microwave. Yeah, we're keeping it real. We've got 2 lamps and a table. Guys will live in a place like this and just think that it's completely okay. Uh-oh. It's time for his intervention.
What kind of place is this?
Who is this even meant for? This isn't a...
Is that real?
I don't see where this could be above ground.
Use the microwave to... This microwave will stop the monsters from getting me. Oh man, it's one of those couches with the little lever side holes. It's very very modern. Very demure. Dun dun dun. Is this like a... This is like a Silent Hill... I'm gonna say that a lot. This is like a Silent Hill, like he's gonna push this bookcase aside. And... secret passageway. That's like locking your door, like, in your house, right? It's like... most door locks are actually pretty easy to get through, but it just makes you feel safer, and that's like 80% of why you do it. Okay, so the music is taking a turn. We're going from kind of ethereal in an upbeat way to ethereal in a spooky way. We've got like a children's play mat in what looks to be a hotel hallway of some type. It's busy town. If I could, I would also just watch over the garden wall on stream with you guys, but I don't think I can get away with that.
Furniture store now.
I don't trust that. That's just gonna go somewhere else. Yep. Exit one weird area into another weird area.
Like this.
Cone. Alright. We got a cone. That's ominous as hell. I don't know. I might go back to the other area.
This better be an exit.
I don't know, man. A lot of chairs. Like if you wanted to have a seat, this would be great. Besides that, I don't know. This is feeling kind of like. I like this music. I swear to God, I saw that little curtain move. I like the music, but the destruction is giving it's giving problems. There's like a PA system. Okay, this room is like there's like holes in this one wall, and there's like mold, and there's a PA system, and there's books all over the place. Earlier we had this door covered with chairs. Okay. Okay, I have to see something. What did he say, oh my God, to? Is there a dead body there?
Oh my God.
What is that? Okay, you can't tell. Oh shit. See, if that were me, I would be walking like, ooh.
I'm trying to leave.
Dog, walk
I
backwards.
don't want any trouble.
Throw that table down. You got a Dead by Daylight this shit. Close that door. Do not hesitate. Fucking Blues Clues ass looking house. Excuse me? Who's there?
Hello?
Oh.
Hey!
Bro, that door was unlocked. We're closing. We're going. We're moving quick. Move the table in front of the door. Okay, we're just running. Left. Oh my God. That's cool as hell. That's really cool. If we weren't worried about whatever it is behind us, we would be thinking, wow, this is really cool. But instead we're thinking, we need to get out of here. Dead by Daylight stream. I've actually streamed Dead by Daylight before. It's fun, but I'm not good at it. Alright, we're in the house part of the place now. We got houses and houses. Houses and buildings and houses. This is the future that leftists want. That was a long time ago when I streamed Dead by Daylight. Like, literally, like, probably a year or two ago. Maybe it was on Twitch? That doesn't sound right. Okay, we're going. I have to. Okay, skip back a little too far. I've been making content for a long time. It's just only recently that I got a little popular. I'm almost 30 years old. I don't know. I have a very, like, I have a chipmunk voice. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. I'm harsh on myself. Alright, I have to hear this. Man, whatever that is, it is excited. It is, like, pumped up. It went, woo! Woo! Yay! We're happy. We're running around. I turned it up a little bit. Is it gonna be one of the gangly black tentacle men? The ones that... I don't know, man. Why are you hesitating? Whatever it is that's following him knows how to turn on the lights, and he does not. We are in control of the lights now. Woo! Yeah! Oh, big chair. Have a seat. Sorry, we haven't cleaned the carpets in a while. Are the walls. Really, we don't clean much of anything. Yo, this place stinks! Okay. And how much do you think this place would go for in New York? That's a nice fridge, though. Oh, we got a sink. We got a big ceiling light. In fact, that ceiling light takes up like 90% of the roof. By Daylight Street all month. My mental health would never recover. Okay. So it's like a cubicle apartment? Whoa! Is that Buddha? What the fuck was that? Like Buddha made out of wasp nests. It's some... That looks like like a Buddhist type statue or something. I'm sure it's a reference to something. If I scroll down in the comments, the #1 comment will be, this is actually a statue of Athena. It did have Resident Evil vibes. Which is not a thing that you want, honestly. Okay, something's barking. It's that or that's music? That might be music. Okay. This is, someone's got a little party going. Let's see here. That's Chinese. We can't read that. This looks like a situation where this is like, this sound is like keeping something out. I would follow the wires. But maybe that's a bad idea. There's a whole lot going on in this one. Is this someone's, like, music studio? Is someone like recording in the back rooms? I don't. Oh man. Okay. Is he gonna start climbing it?
Okay.
Did I guess right? Is he about to start climbing this bitch? He is! Okay.
Radio check. Does anyone copy?
Oh, okay, he's using the radio.
Radio check, radio check. Do you copy? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello.
This dude's pretty
Testing.
smart.
1, 2, 3. Hello, hello.
He's also been one of the luckier Backrooms people who've gotten stuck in it.
Does anybody copy?
Yes. 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 Boy.
Yeah, he was going yes. I got a sinking feeling in my stomach. Okay, so he said yes. Did he hear something that, like... I like that he had to do a double take at the sink. Like, of all the weird shit that he's seen in this place, a sink in a place that shouldn't be, he's like, what the fuck? Hey, look, an RC car. What the fuck is that? Okay. Holy fuck. Okay, I gotta go back. I know I'm breaking tension, but like... He should have just gone forward. I know those are the Backrooms people, and they probably would have, like, detained him. But, motherfucker, I know... Look, I get it. You hear someone talking on a radio like that, and you're like, I don't trust the government. But, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I probably would have gone forward instead of gone backwards. Okay. It just looks like a person. It's the most human-looking Backrooms-like monster that we've seen yet. Okay, I'm going frame by frame, which you can do on YouTube pretty nice. You can do it with, okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like it is like... So, for those who don't know, in the Backrooms lore, you die. If you die there, this bacteria like gets on you, and it makes you look white, kind of like calcified. I'll bring up the video after this, but this looks kind of like one of those bodies from earlier in the series, where it's like this white calcified thing. But this looks really human at this point. And a lot of the monsters become like these wiry tentacle-like creatures. This looks like almost like a person. I say almost, because obviously it's going. Brother. That motherfucker is crawling. Yeah, I would rather be detained too. Like, come on. At that point, like, go... Hey, arrest me. I'm being chased by, like, I think this was a person at one point. Is that a spider type stuff? It says it dropped again. Randomly. We'll see. Hopefully the stream is still good. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's like... I think that's the mold, the fungus, the bacteria, whatever it is. It's becoming less coherent. Got a picture of Mao Zedong. We've gone full-blown Resident Evil sewer level now. The music is no longer vibey. The vibes are in the toilet. Yeah, Chairman Mao Zedong. Oh my god, that's that closet from earlier. This has been the most, like, circled back. Oh, wait. Different but very similar closet. Okay, I was fooled. I was tricked. So he's being chased by what looks to be one of those calcified creatures. Still very close, more to human than the wiry black mold creatures are. We know there's the people wandering around, which for some reason he decided to go back to the scary noise rather than the person talking on the radio. But, you know, horror protagonists, I mean, I don't know what I would do in that situation either. I probably wouldn't be thinking right, but I would probably just go forward. Are we back in the red place? Welcome to the back rooms. Hope you don't have to take a poo because you're in the back rooms. The place is really red. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. Okay, this is rad as fuck. So here's something that I like about the Kane Pixels Backroom series. There's a lot of stuff where it tells rather than shows for certain things because it doesn't have to do with the story. I'm making a video on the game Control, and I'm going to talk about that in that video. But like, a lot of what he talks about gets shown in this, and it's so cool just visually. Man, if you needed like a new desk chair, you would be set if you could get out of this place. The key word is if you can get out. Yo, guys, I went to the back room and got a chair with arch support. I mean, lower back support, lumbar support. I got a Herman Miller chair in the back rooms. Let's go. Big red arrow pointing at a Herman Miller chair and me on the screen soy facing like, whoa! Okay, so we're back here. Is this the exact same place or is it different from earlier? I mean, yeah, you'd save some dang money, wouldn't you? $1,200. Alright. I have to check again. So he went to the red area earlier. When he was being... There. Okay. Different. Okay, yeah, this is where we were. I mean, to be fair, like I said, that would save you $1,200. A Herman Miller, that chair will last you probably your lifetime. Be good for your back and your butt. And all you'd have to do is dodge the bacteria fungus zombies in the back rooms. Give me like 3 months to work out. I'm on it. We're wheeling and dealing in this chat. We're dealing for chairs in the back rooms. Let's go. I went to the back rooms and all I got was this chair. That would be more than most people get when they go to the back rooms. You go to the back rooms, you get death, or you get, like, you go crazy, apparently. If that one... Oh! Is that a head? Hey! That's where we were earlier. Man, this game has more backtracking than Resident Evil Code Veronica. What's up with that? That brick wasn't there earlier, though. Referential humor. For all you Code Veronica heads out there. I don't know about that. Oh, is that just the cardboard cutout? Okay. I feel like there's gonna be a jump scare in a minute. That was a fake out. The caveman cutout was a fake out. He's gonna turn around. I'm waiting for the corner rounding screaming again. Okay. This is just my life now. There's just a hat rack with a single fedora on it. Or you gotta stop like jerking back like that so quickly. And you giving me heart palpitations. Okay, do not go towards the music again. You remember what happened earlier when you did that? We still got 10 minutes left. This is what was on by the way, this is what was on the thumbnail, so I feel like we're about to have some important stuff happen here. Is that blood? We've got some grease stains. That's not good. So, theory without even getting much further into this. You see all those little grease, those black, oily, grease-like stains on the walls there and on the floors. Makes me think this is one of the places that the monsters are, like, hanging out in and they come from, maybe? See, one of my theories was that the black, wiry monsters, they die, and then their memories build parts of the backrooms, like, their memories absorb into it. And then they become these black wire monsters, and their mind and their memories form the area around them. I theorized that, like, in that episode where the one person got teleported in while driving a car. And so my guess would be this is someone's... It's why some parts of this make more sense. Like this. This is way more uniform. The structure of it makes sense. To me, my theory is that someone died here. The backrooms absorbed them, took their memories, made the house in their memories that they lived in part of the room, and now in here is going to be the monster somewhere. Or it lives here now. I mean, it makes sense. You can even see the oily black feet. Something's talking to itself. Is that just a boot? There's a good chance that the TV is on, but the monsters also do sound like someone talking through a radio or through, like, electronics.
One way or another, just sooner is better than later, for sure, because we're cleaning things up. Office is empty right now, but we've got a few people looking at it. And well, you know, it would be helpful if you could come on Wednesday and have a look at the place. The price is going down low. I mean, you gotta get out here clearer there, because time is not in our hands here. The clock's ticking, right? The price is going.
Hello?
Hold on, sorry. I think someone's outside. Someone out there?
I'm sorry. I don't know where I am. I need help.
You're on private property. You need to leave.
I'm trying, okay? I don't want to be...
This is the guy who keeps coming around here trying to talk to my boys.
What? No, my name is Robbie, sir. I'm not trying to cause you any trouble. I'm just lost.
My family's trying to sleep. Leave, or I'm calling the police. If you really need help, the station's a quarter-mile down the road.
Listen, I can't. I've been walking for like 9 fucking hours, man. Where the hell are we? I can't even see you. Actually, do call the cops. That's fine. Just please help me out here. Hello?
Where are you?
What?
Where the hell are you? I just looked outside and I don't see you.
I'm not... I'm in like a living room with a fish on the wall.
What? What? So is this some kind of game you're doing? Are you having a laugh over this?
I'm not. I'm not.
Oh my God, he's in this
It's
guy's
just-
fucking living
It
room.
sounds like you're on the other side of this wall, but this door goes nowhere.
Are you in my walls?
What? I don't know where I am. I've been trapped in this goddamn hell building for hours, and you're the first actual person I found. So can you please just, I don't know, get a hole in the...
I don't understand. How is this possible? I can hear you, but
Okay. So he legitimately walked into a house. It looks like it spawned from someone's memories. My guess is that someone lived in this house before, died, it built it. It is connected to the real world, which is not great because that means more than likely that place is going to be another way for the Backrooms to like leech into our world and bring this family in. But like I'm getting goosebumps like listening to this right now. I'm wondering where this is going to go. We're really close to the end.
Oh man, I don't know. I just need to go home.
why can't you leave?
I just told you there's no fucking exits or anything. This place keeps going on forever. Can you just show me where the exit is and I'll be out of here?
Okay, alright, listen, we're having some of the wainscoting here redone. I can open up the wall here, it's still loose, but I need you to move slowly, alright?
Thank you.
Come out with your hands first, I want to see your face, and we'll take things from there.
Thank you. I think it's...
What the fuck? What? Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Hello? Hey, what happened?
He got that guy sucked into the fucking Backrooms too.
Hello?
Oh, that poor dude. He was just trying to help.
It's been a while. It's been a little while. Oh.
Hello?
So just like our homeboy at the beginning, that other dude got sucked into the Backrooms.
Hey, what happened?
He opened his wall and there's just a fucking portal. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I don't. I fully understand. I'm not gonna act like I fully understand how these connections work in this series because, of course, that's part of the fun, that's part of the mystery. But it's really interesting that he was able to talk to someone in the real world, and then that person tried to help him and got sucked in himself.
It's been a while. It's been a little while. Oh. I was thinking I'm running out of time to talk to a lawyer about my job. keep thinking about this moment when I was like 7. It was at that park back home when the windmill thing with the face used to scare me. It was summer. The sky was... I don't remember the sky. It was hot out. Gary and Linda were there. You were there. I think you just got that orange bike that got stolen. And one of your friends were there. I can see your faces so clearly. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I'm sorry for all the stuff that I did and said. I'm just gonna fix it.
Okay. That was kind of sad there at the ending. I'm looking at the comments because obviously. All right, now we're going to move on to the next video in just a moment. That's the creature I was talking about, by the way. That we just watched the Backrooms found footage part 3, which was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, but as I was saying a moment ago, this is what I was talking about. Like, that creature that ran after him looked very similar to this. And also, like, the black ooze monsters that chase people in the Backrooms usually. Oh, no, the main guy there could definitely still be alive. It's just, it ends in a way that makes it seem like he isn't. I mean, that was my first thought, was like, he's been wandering through the Backrooms for 9 hours. He's still got plenty of time. There was water that he walked by. I wouldn't be surprised if there was food hidden around in the Backrooms. Like, there'd be a way that he could survive. I would retrace my steps and go back to that place with all those water coolers, and I would be drinking that water. Though I also wonder, like, what Backrooms spawned water would do to you. Welcome, by the way, Ren. Yeah, we watched Backrooms Found Footage 3. Really good. We're about to watch Lighting and Tile Survey. And it's super interesting how many places the people who work for the company... I can't remember the name of the company, but it's super interesting what they've encountered versus, like, what the people in the found footage. So I'll give a recap on my theories as I watched it. One being, his house actually connected fully to the Backrooms. Like, there was an actual, it looked like, room or hallway that intersected into his async. That's it. It looked like there was a room or hallway that intersected into his basement. You know, we'll just open it up and talk about it because it's good to have that visual representation. So he goes into his house after hearing noises and finds this, which is... This is not obviously meant to be there. This is like a portal into the Backrooms, right? When he walks in, he does fade into the Backrooms. I think this is an intersection. It's probably what the dude who was trying to help him gets pulled into at the end. We just hear that, but he walks in and then actually falls through into it. This is the most physical we've seen, and the way reacts to this, I'm pretty damn sure this is not usually here. Then we also have the Backrooms actually like changing state while he's in it, but in very little ways. Like the lights going out here, that door being locked, that hasn't happened yet, which makes me think and feeds into that theory that the Backrooms are alive and aware in some way. Of course, that's like a long shot, but that's just a fun thing to think about. Then, let's see here. He encounters the monster. We see the chairs put up. It seems like he does almost run into some of the async guys, but then decides against it, and instead goes back and sees this monster, which looks a lot like the fungus creatures. It looks a lot like the... Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I think that the Backrooms is intersecting with our reality, but it seems so purposeful in some ways. Like, why are some areas purposefully intersecting and others aren't? I feel like it has something to do with the people who are dying there and things like that, and it bringing memories into the Backrooms that connect to our world. You know, one of the videos that is not on the Backrooms playlist anymore is like a weird poem that talks about like seeing these dreams of places folding into places and things like that, which I'll bring up in just a... You know what, I'll go ahead and... let's see here. Because I had to find this about this on the freaking wiki. Because he doesn't actually include some stuff on the playlist. There it is. No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, this is really cool that it's in chronological order. See, Fault Line isn't on there anymore because I guess he felt like it was too... This is it. So this is like a weird poem type thing that was done. And it sounds like it's an async worker.
A manor overlooking the sea. Upon the world was a vestige, crawling forward onto strangled ears. But when skies turned dark, the house was taken by the sea. A pillar truncated, cast down to the seabed with all the other forgotten things. But I remember. Fleeting shells sinking ever slowly, folding downwards into themselves, forever tearing along the seams of the sky, until nothing remains except the eternal ghost. And you ask yourself, could there ever be anything greater than this?
I was like blown away when I first saw that.
Always been here.
And I couldn't tell what that meant at first, but I feel like it feels like, I don't know, like a ghost of a memory or something like that. It's so... And it's got all this visceral imagery, like the shells folding in on themselves in a manner sinking into the sea. It makes me think of this idea that the Backrooms is like this ocean that's encompassing our reality or something like that. But anywho, back to this. This monster right here legitimately looks like a combination of the black oily creatures with one of those dead, like, oh, what are they? The dead calcified creatures or whatever they are. And it chases them, obviously, blah, blah, blah. And then we get to the house segment. And this goes into my other theory on, like, how the Backrooms works. It is really good. It is a really good little poem, scary bit, because it's super... It feels very... It's like a metaphor for what's going on itself. It's a poem. It's got all these visuals and cool, like, ideas and this beautiful music. It does feel very scary to, like, ominous, like something big is coming, but yeah. He encounters a person, he's able to talk to them, who is apparently in the real world, connected to this house, which it kind of implies is the guy's house, somehow already in the back rooms. You know, he talks about the fish on the wall, and you can see there's a picture of a man with a kid, and the guy refers to his boys. So it's very sad because the dude does end up getting sucked into the back rooms. And so that my big theory is that the Backrooms is intersecting with our reality. It's taking people, whether on purpose or just on accident, by it just being like that. We don't know. We do know that it's intersecting more realistically, like that hallway that appeared in his house that sucked him in. This guy opens his wall and gets sucked into the Backrooms, which sucks because that means him and his entire family are probably going to get brought there. But the reason, this is the cool thing that I think, right? So his house is in the back rooms, like, as a whole thing. It is there. This is his house. My theory as to why stuff like this happens is because people come into the back rooms, they die, and their memories get stored in it and create different parts of the architecture through the back rooms, somehow, like, using or absorbing their memories or something like that. And it creates these perfect recreations from their memories, or as good as their memory is of it. So that would mean that someone who lived in this house died in the back rooms. It created a version of it here that connects it to the real world through a person's memories, which then is very unfortunate for the people who live in the house now. I hope that makes sense. It might not, but it's basically like the human element. The back rooms itself feels like this ethereal place. It feels like a dream place, right? People go there, and their minds, connected to our world, connected to the back rooms, can establish a connection between the two worlds. And so that's good. That's interesting. It's bad for people too, because imagine, like, someone used to live in your apartment and then they go to the back rooms and die, and now, like, the back rooms is connected to your apartment because of this person's memories, which means you're probably going to get sucked in too. And it's also, like, could mean that the Backrooms as a series is leading towards this huge finale, which, again, this is all theorizing, like, could be completely wrong. I'm not saying this like, I'm right, this is exactly, I'm just talking shit because I like talking about this stuff. I think it's interesting. It's fun to look at people's creative works and try to go, like, where is it going, right? See, that's also super interesting, because it turns these people into monsters that also seem to kind of remember them. So, like, if it is feelings manifesting in the back room about different things, how does that connect to our own reality and things like that? It's a lot of fun to think about that kind of stuff. But yeah, the idea that the Backrooms is intersecting with our reality, if that was like a real thing, that would be like a cataclysmic world-ending event, especially with what we know about it as a place. But anywho, yeah, that's been my big theory. We know that the guy at the end is sitting there. He's trying to recount his own memories of being there, of, like, life. He gets someone else sucked in. We've seen a new monster, some new places. And if you go off of that playlist that I just looked at, apparently this is towards the end. And then lighting and tile survey is actually a bit back at the start, which we're about to watch that now. So if you want to stick around to watch the 8-minute lighting and tile survey, that's what we're about to do. Thanks for everyone who... See, that's also an interesting thought, that people wanting to get home is what's propelling it towards our world, but I don't know. My big thought is that the Backrooms itself is alive in some way, but it would be very interesting if it was a world built off of human consciousness, because I've always kind of liked ideas like that. I have friends who are really into Warhammer 40K, and a big thing in Warhammer is, like, apparently if you believe in something enough, it can become real. Like, you can believe in a god enough, and that god will become a real thing, so... Because, you know, everyone has, like, a bit of psychicness or some shit like that. But anyway, we're about to go to Backrooms lighting and tile survey. We're gonna watch that. I'm actually gonna go get a drink of water before that, so if anyone wants to like get a snack or something, they can. I'm gonna go ahead and click it up, and then just pause it, and I'll be right back because I gotta use the bathroom and I need some water. Okay, we're back, and by we I mean me, singular, and maybe anyone else. So we're gonna give it a minute. I guess I'll just continue to yap about the Backrooms, which, yeah, my big theory: Backrooms alive, intersecting with reality, maybe hunting people, eating them, something like that. We did watch the newest oldest view video as well earlier. I thought that was really fun and interesting, kind of low key. And now, if everyone is ready, I'll give a little countdown. We're gonna start this next video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Today is November 14th. It is a Tuesday. Yeah. It is incredibly cold.
So here's an interesting thing.
Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I actually have a decent heating system down here. That'd be nice.
This apparently takes place pretty early in the Backrooms timeline. November 89.
Camera. Put your straps are in the bin right there. Make sure to get the red one, right? Because the green one reads. 10-4.
Okay, so it's November. I just had that looked up. Let's see here. There was one, yeah, here it is, in chronological order. So it has it right here, which is lighting and tile survey. So yeah, this takes place in 1990. So this is like this new video, lighting and tile survey, is actually one of the earlier points. Like, this is actually one of the first times that they actually go into the back rooms. I'm going to say actually again. Actually. Which, it's funny that he's like doing these videos that take place earlier, considering like so much has been established by the last major episodes of the Backrooms. Unintelligible.
There's no insulation on top, and I'm seeing a bunch on the floor above. There's ventilation as well. You see that? You see the vents? Yeah, some of it's insulated, I think. I don't know. I'm not a vent guy. I don't know.
I'm not a vent guy. I don't know. He's venting. He's venting.
No rust, I think.
So, makes me wonder if it's a decompression chamber or a sanitary chamber that they learned they didn't need. I think we have seen it before. It's just by the time they have that command center room that they build, and I think that the decompression chamber is before that command center room. It leads into the command center room, which then has that big locked door, because you know they all have to wear those suits when they go in there. Because of the bacteria or whatever. They think that there's something in there that can obviously hurt them, or at least they're being safe.
More than one floor, and I use that term loosely. We then attempted to cut power to the nearest fluorescent light fixture, a standard troffer. However, we were unable to isolate the power source, and the conduit remained live, despite the absence of any visible external power supply.
Okay, so we're learning some stuff.
The source of electrical current remains unknown at this time. Using an insulated toolkit, we carefully isolated the light fixture from its electrical conduit, extracted the troffer from the ceiling, and transported it back inside, back to standard for analysis. And they added a 0.5 meter sample of conduit was also taken, with all exposed wiring safely secured afterwards in the ceiling. So the ceiling tile extracted measures 1.27 meters by 1.14 meters.
Wow, this feels like I'm actually at a science
standard,
presentation.
But it's composed primarily of mineral fiber. It seems normal in composition, has a fissured texture with mild tegular edges. So just after initial analysis, the composition of the tile estimated is around 60% mineral wool, which is fibers of amorphous silicate, usually derived from, I think it's basalt or slag, around 20% expanded perlite, which is primarily of silicon dioxide and aluminium oxide, and the rest is a undefined mixture of silicate material, some starch, latex polymers, and some organic fibers derived from plant materials.
Plant materials?
Recycled cellulose, really. But the light troffer housing is made of galvanized steel coated with a thin layer of zinc. Inside, the fluorescent bulbs are non-standard in proportion, most closely resembling T12 bulbs.
That makes sense to me.
So the 4 bulbs measure 1.2 meters.
The idea that, like, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier, is the idea that human thought is kind of creating it, which would make it make sense why the lights just work. You know, as a kid, you don't know how lights work, they just kind of work. Same thing with like running water, and then you get older and you learn about it. So you just think, you know, there are people, it's just like, this just works.
Inside, the fluorescent bulbs are non-standard in proportion, most closely resembling T12 bulbs. So the 4 bulbs
which should also make it make sense why stuff is like really close to how it is in real life, but not exactly.
The diameter of 38.1 millimeters. We're extrapolating here at 51, but all the end wastes and the rest contain the following components. Phosphor coating, the calcium halophosphate for converting ultraviolet light to visible light. Mercury vapor in a small quantity, which facilitates the ultraviolet light emission. Argon gas, and again, this is all standard for these fluorescent bulbs. That's an inert gas that assists with regulating the current and really starting the bulbs. And they are connected via a G13 base, which is a standard 2-pin base with 13 millimeter space.
So I don't know enough about light bulbs to know how much of this is like true. I'm just taking it at face value that it's all like exactly how it is, but it's just very interesting because they're basically going over this light fixture and talking about how close to reality it actually is. But also noting, like, yeah, it's weird in length, but besides that, it works exactly how this light bulb is supposed to work, which is like a really interesting thing. It's like, yeah, it's not completely right, but it's mostly right, which is just neat.
For electrical connection. So the wiring connected to the fixture is PVC insulated copper, which appears standard again. The prismatic diffuser over the bulbs is made of polymethyl methacrylate, which is again commonly used for its light diffusion properties. I mean, it's what we have in the building here, very standard. But we also inspected the ballast, which is of the electromagnetic type. There's some variation in how they're being manufactured now. This one contains a laminated steel core and copper windings designed to operate at 60 hertz. So the ballast emits a prominent 120 hertz hum. This seems to be the case for the majority, if not all, of the lights in the complex that we've assessed thus far, mostly just through simple curing. But this is due to magnetostriction and core vibration. But the noise may be exacerbated by loose lamination plates or degradation of the insulating potting material over time. So it's definitely an indication that this has been running for a little bit. I mean, despite its age, the ballast is functional. Its large proportions suggest it was built for a non-standard space.
See, this is super... Okay, I know I keep interrupting, but I don't want to talk over the person talking. It's super interesting that she notes that it's aged, which means that it either appeared in there aged, like a copy of an already existing place, which could very much be the case, or it has existed for a long time, and she's now talking about it being part of a non-standard space, which would be like a custom fit for like a business or something like that. And also the fact that it has apparently older manufacturing, the way she refers to it, it makes it seem like this was manufactured at an earlier point when there was like one way to do it, and now there's multiple ways to do it. It's really interesting. And I'm stuff like this gets me so into like the lore of this, because it really feels like I'm sitting in on this presentation, and it's like I'm just enraptured by it. I only really pick up on like half of what she's talking about. Like, I get it. She's basically saying, hey, this is how these lights usually work. And so it's weird when parts of it are weird, but it's mostly exactly how lights work in our world. But here we go. We're going to get back into it. I'm going to skip back a little bit because I'm yapping.
Its large proportions suggest it was built for a non-standard space, not something you'd find in the majority of offices or most commercial spaces, though that's not something I'm too familiar with, truthfully. Now, we did find, so material compositions all seem expected, or we don't know what to expect here. They seem, everything we've looked at so far, again, this is rudimentary early testing, but everything seems pretty congruent with what you might expect from one of the troffer lights you could pull out of the ceiling in this building right here. So nothing too strange, but that maybe makes things even stranger. Because we look at these lights, and let me see. I'm taking it. So several labels were marked on various components of the troffer. So on the ballast, we found markings for mark it as a universal ballast, Type A, manufactured in 1975 with serial number A75234X.
Okay.
The troffer itself is stamped 3X432, and that was manufactured in 1973 in Reading, Pennsylvania, and it is UL listed. And the bulbs were manufactured by Sylvania, and they're marked F40SW, that's soft white, with no visible date information. It's left blank, but it is noted as made in the USA. So, I mean, though outdated in design, the fixture appears fully functional. The stable operation of all light fixtures in the subdivision points to a continuous, potentially autonomous power source, which still remains unidentified. We're doing what we can. The materials used are durable with minimal visible wear, suggesting they were built for long-term, possibly indefinite use. So this concludes the initial findings. Further investigation is necessary to determine the source of those.
Okay, so I'm going to be straight. I have no clue kind of what these recommendations are awful. I have like no clue. Here, we'll just
The Backroom.
all right. I'm gonna do my own Backrooms video, so I'm probably not gonna watch this, but I'll just leave it up here, because everyone loves the film theorist. But it's just interesting sitting there listening to that and hearing that like they think it was manufactured. It makes me wonder exactly where the series is going, which is just something I'll probably say is like a filler word because I don't know where it's going. It's very interesting, and I'm looking forward to see where it takes us, where Kane Pixels takes us with the Backrooms, because he took what was just this like really fun, spooky idea, and he's made like a really interesting cinematic series with it. I've said this before, but I think I kind of spoiled myself on analog horror by getting into Kane Pixels stuff first, because his is like feels like actual movies, and a lot of the other analog horror feels more like a puzzle ARG type situation, which I kind of like and kind of don't. They're fun to make videos about because it gives you stuff to research, but then it's not like a casual viewing experience. I can watch this and it's almost like watching a TV show or a movie. But then something like Greylock, like I actually feel like I have to like think about it. Which, you know, I like thinking, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to be enraptured by a vibe. I love a vibe. It's super interesting, right? Like, the sockets and stuff were built and they have dates on them, but then the light bulbs don't. It makes you think that there's like a lot to it, but some of it, I think there is. It's something that I like about like Ken Pixels and analog horror at large, which is that he probably has an idea of the grand scheme of things and how they're going to play out and like where that's going to go. And he's like drip feeding us little bits of the story to lead us to that end. And maybe he doesn't. Maybe he has no idea where it's going and he's just writing it out. But I want to believe that he has some idea. It really is. It really is. I like it a lot. And I'm happy to see that it's still going, even though the movie is also coming out soon. So now, I did have something else that I wanted us to watch. I want to see if I can pull that up really quick. I added it to, so this is like a spooky little, just a fun little thing because it's like Halloween. Give me a second, let me find it. Ah! That wasn't it. Autoplay is a Satan. Okay, let's see here. Watch later. No.
Thank you.
Where did I put this thing? I'm trying to remember where I... So, this is a fun fact about me, which is I have like a burner YouTube account that I use to just like get on YouTube on like in my free time. And sometimes I forget and stay logged into my like main one that I use for videos and stuff like that. And then other times I'm using it mainly. So sometimes I'll like add something to like a favorite in one channel and then not the other. Hold on. Let me, oh. Can you guys see that? Can you see the ghost on screen? Did it go over? Hello. Can you see this? Okay, good. That's my webcam. Good. So this is what we'll look at for now while I try to figure this out so I don't accidentally show like information that I don't want people to see. But it might start autoplaying videos and then you'll hear like "Wah!" I know this is like the funnest back screen that you could ever have. I'm sitting like I'm trying to I want to get a better streaming setup. This stream was mainly to just test streaming because I haven't streamed in like forever and I want to more. Because I genuinely enjoy streaming. Okay, I found it. So, I mentioned this. I don't know what this is. Right? I was scared of the cartoon Max and Ruby as a kid because I just found their faces to be a little too realistic for the cartoony like situation that the show was. So I found this the other day in my recommendations and I thought like it would be fun to watch it. It looks kind of scary. It's called Max and Ruby Bootleg DVD Menu Overview, Not for Kids. The Not for Kids was added recently. I wouldn't be surprised if some kids watched this and got scarred. The thumbnail of this is pretty creepy. And I probably need to save the stream title to just like watching random videos now because I honestly don't know what other Backrooms stuff I could watch after watching Cane Pixels and stuff like that. And I've thought about playing a game if people would be interested in watching that, but I'm also just up for whatever. I don't know how to. Let's see here. You got to give me a second because I got a boomer out. I don't know how to change. I don't know how to change the stream title. I don't know if I can change the stream title. Maybe I actually have to go into YouTube itself and do that. Which case, I might have to go back over to my twin for a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch back over to the twin because, which I could get something on screen to, here. Hand. Reel. I'm trying to think what else I could put over there that would just be, like, funny. I don't have, okay, you know what, I'm gonna focus on trying to actually get this right. Then here, like, what can I throw in front of the camera to be silly? Okay. Funny. Be quiet, me. So I will warn also that this stream is a warming up stream. Oh, this is, yeah, 15,000 subs, hand reveal. Look at that. You can see my finger wrinkles. That's crazy. I mean, if you really wanted to deep dive, my face is on my channel. It's not a secret. I haven't been using it lately But there's probably videos that I've unlisted that are still in playlists that feature my face. So I'm not like super hiding my identity, but I also, you know, I'm not going around just being like, hey, here's my exact street address. But yeah, so we are going to watch this Max and Ruby bootleg DVD menu overview not for kids, which is great. I've not seen it. I've only seen the thumbnail, which continues us enjoying videos altogether that I haven't seen either. So hopefully I can stream this, because here's a fun thing about YouTube. They're a lot more strict about what you can show on streams than what you can show in videos, because if you get demonetized on a video, it's like, it's just a video. If you get demonetized through stream, they're a bit more like mean about it, because it kind of implies like people are being forced to watch things or something along those lines. I watched a good video by Ludwig about it a while ago, but anyway, here we go. Oh, wait. Haven't watched this before. It's going to be spooky. Let's go. That music was not like... Okay. Imagine you go to sleep as a kid watching Max and Ruby, and then you woke up and this is just on the screen. Oh, I don't think, yeah, I don't think I would actually get demonetized for watching something like this. I'm very careful. Probably too careful sometimes, and not careful enough other times. What the fuck? Excuse me? Oh, Jesus. I mean, to be fair, if you bought a bootleg from somewhere, someone might mess it up just to mess with you, right? This is disturbing. But yeah, I guess I can just talk over this. I don't know how long this stream's gonna go. I told myself I'd only stream for like two hours at the most, and it's been 2 hours now. Which I guess when I get into it, streaming can go by and be pretty fun. I always think that it's gonna like take a long time and be hard, but it really isn't. But yeah, sorry, I'm being distracted because this is just going on for a very long time. Okay. So I'll probably stream for a little bit more after this. I don't know how long, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'll call it, because I don't want to push it too hard. Oh my God. What are they doing? Dear God. That's true. It is much easier to stream when you interact with... Okay. When you interact with chat. Yo. This is kind of like, I don't know, man. Okay, what did that show? I'm a little scared to go back. Okay, he got melted. Not that bad. Let's see here. We're gonna... It says... I can't read what it says, actually. Death is your only release. Okay, so we're doing like one of those like spirits trapped in the DVD type situation.
Sorry for slapping you when you told me to burn an hour earlier. It wasn't right. I know I stressed you out. We're both going through a lot.
Max, I know that you saw that apparition of death and that probably really upset you, but... No! 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 That's so bad! Oh my god! Oh my... That's so bad, dude! Hold on. Okay. Okay. I'm laughing both because it was very shocking, but also uncomfortable. That was legitimately... Like, I'm glad it was only on screen for a second. How long does it sit on this last screen? Good lord. It's so funny that the, like, realistic horror of the Backrooms was less disturbing than this. Like, I actually feel more like, ugh, after watching this than I did that Backrooms, those two Backrooms videos. This goes on for, like, a good while.
Max's mud bath. With help. Coming right up.
Okay. Yeah, it literally, I mean, look, it was like, creepy stuff was happening, it looks like they killed their dad, and then their mom was like this brown monster. I seriously did not see the Max, you know, doing what he did. I didn't see that coming at all. That kind of came out of left field for me. That was legitimately surprising. But hey, that was Max and Ruby. That was Max and Ruby bootleg DVD menu overview, not for kids. Yeah, I wouldn't, yeah. A lot of kids' horror stuff is actually surprisingly more gruesome, I've noticed, than, like, stuff being made for mature audiences, which is kind of weird. But I guess not at the same time. Because, like, kids don't feel existential horror. They feel like spooky, bad scary thing happened, and is bad, and is scary, and bad. I'm trying to think. There's something I wanted to watch as well that I could just put on that's on YouTube for free. I'm also, because, like, I'm thinking, I'm trying to think of, like, something fun to do for the last 30 minutes to an hour if I'm going to keep streaming, or because that was really all I had planned. I'm not kidding when I say all I had planned were those videos, those like 4 videos for this stream. I do have a game or two that I could play, but it wouldn't be for long. So I might just see if we could watch something else for a little bit. Like I said earlier, if I could put on Over the Garden Wall and I felt like I wouldn't get like copyright struck, I would. I'm going to do a video on it soon. I'm actually rewatching it right now to do a video on it. Um, and I've really been enjoying rewatch. I've watched it like I'm on my third watch through of Over the Garden Wall at this point. Um, let's see here. I know, here we go. This is pretty solid. Can I actually, is this listenable on, yeah, okay. So they do actually have an official upload of the music, which is pretty cool. But it makes me wonder, like, could I actually, I do want to do, okay, so I mentioned this earlier, but you weren't here yet, Ren. I do want to do a full watch through of the new season of Angel Hair. I've only watched episode 1, but the final episode releases on Sunday. And so my thought was that I would do a stream watching all of it at once when the final episode comes out. So that would be sometime next week, probably. Because I feel like if I did a stream watching if I watched all of it now, and then I would just watch the final episode in a different stream when I could just watch it all at once. Because that's kind of how I did the first couple of seasons. And heck, we could even watch the whole series for that stream. That would actually be, So, Over the Garden Wall, it's on Hulu, which is one thing that you would need to know, because a place that you can watch it. It's a really good vibes-based show. Over the Garden Wall is like a Halloween classic, in my opinion. It's not terribly scary, but it's basically all like, it just feels good. It's great to like just listen to it, watch it. It is the epitome of a fall show that has creepy vibes, but it's not too scary. But it's also not scary. It's just not like, as an adult, as a 30-year-old person, it doesn't like, or as a person who is a year from being 30, it doesn't like scare me. But it's creepy, you know? And I don't know if I can actually like listen to this on stream because it looks like it has been possibly added to the copyright thing, which kind of sucks, but oh, it's not sad. It's very I mean, it has sad parts, but it's not sad and like depressingly sad, if you get what I mean. It's a kids show, so it doesn't deal with like it deals with some heavy themes, but it mostly turns out all right in the end. Like, it's a show about growth. It's a show about like a journey through this like unknown place. It's not necessarily like, if you say what's a sad movie or like a sad show, my first thought is something like Lost or something like Her, or like one of those that has like a very heavy, like, oh, a character's dying or something like that. This doesn't really deal with that. Over the Garden Wall is more about like growing up and traveling through a weird Halloween magic world type situation. That's kind of what Over the Garden Wall is like. Yeah, it like I said, it has parts that are definitely sad, but it's not like, if you cry, I don't think it'll be like a really depressing cry. It'll be more like, "Aw," and then, oh no, you don't got to worry about that. I'll go ahead and spoil that for you. If you haven't seen Over the Garden Wall, the only characters that die are ones that I hate to say this, but the ones that deserve it. So yeah, I would love to play this on stream, but I'm 80% sure that it will get me copyright struck. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to do some research on that because it would be very... I was going to use the music in my video on it, but now I'm a little nervous to do that. Yeah, it's a good show. It's definitely worth the watch if you haven't seen it before. It's one of my favorite Halloween watches. I rewatch it every year. So on the Max and Ruby video, that's an interesting ask. I would hope it wouldn't. That's why they put not for kids on it. Like I watched that because it looked spooky. It looked scary. And it definitely was a bit more than even I thought. I thought it was just going to be some like scary stuff on screen, but there's a lot of horror on YouTube now that I've seen. Um there's a lot of horror on YouTube now that I've seen that like is weirdly, it doesn't look that bad, but then it really is. I know there's those videos that are called like the Layla or whatever series, and some of those have the really, really heavy themes in them, and they look like little YouTube cartoon animations, but then it ends up being like very, very dark stuff. So I would hope that that wouldn't end up on like YouTube Kids. But as for Over the Garden Wall, I would definitely consider that a soft gateway to horror. I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Monster House. Monster House was made by the guy. Funny enough, it was made by the guy who made like Rick and Morty like 10, 15 years before he ever made that. It's a really good horror kids movie. And it's about like a kid and his friends, and they live across the street from a haunted house. But when I say haunted house, I mean the house is like alive. And it's a really good movie. It's not too scary. Yeah, right. I loved Monster House as a kid. I still enjoy it as an adult. Not as much as I did when I was younger, but it's a really good like vibes movie that you can throw on during the holidays, and it's not too scary, and I really like that. You know what? I have something that we can put on that I can just talk over. And then we can end the stream if I can't think of anything else. I watch this every year at Halloween. We had a cassette of this when we were kids. And again, this is one of those things where I don't know if I can actually stream this. I would hope so, but like it says all rights reserved down here. But it's up on YouTube for free, so maybe I'll just do this. I'll just make me a little bit bigger and put me like right here. Yep, no watching Garfield. Yeah, no watching Garfield. I'm probably gonna have to go back if I want that VOD to stay up. This VOD to stay up, I'm probably gonna have to cut that out, which is fine. So we'll deal with that. But I think I'm going to probably end the stream here. I really appreciate everyone for turning out. I'm hoping to stream more. If I really can feel up to it, I would like to stream like twice a week to start out. I'm going to try to keep it low key, as in like maybe a few hours. But if I get really into something, a good example being like if I'm playing the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I'm planning on streaming that, and then I am just like really wanting to play it for like 10 hours straight on stream, I might just do that, especially if I can. I've done it before. I'm not kidding, but before I started like using this YouTube channel a lot. Actually, I wonder if you can actually go see these streams. But if I go to, let's see here. I just have it on the Ghost right now. If you go, let's see here. No, it's not on here. You can see I have streamed before. A lot of them are unlisted, but there is I think a stream playlist which I might curate and redo so it's just all of my new streams, because a lot of the older ones are not really great, but I streamed Resident Evil 7, like a full playthrough of it for like 8 to 9 hours once. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, like, yeah, if I feel like playing a game for a really long time and I'm really into it, I definitely can like get a little too into it. So, but yeah, we're back up, and I think we should be good. I will need to probably go cut out that one little bit featuring Garfield. So what I can do is probably I can sit down and watch stuff like other YouTubers' content and things like that. I would love to watch things. I would love to do fun little react streams, I feel like, if I could. But I also want to add things. Something I really dislike about react content is I feel like people don't add enough value to what they're talking about. It's a very easy way to do things, but I get it, you know. It is fun to watch things with a chat, and it makes you feel like you're there with a bunch of people, and very nice. Which, by the way, I don't know if you heard it, but I was playing with a fidget spinner while we were streaming at times. This fidget spinner is literally falling apart. I've had it for like 5 to 6 years. But yeah, that was a good stream. I guess I'm going to just talk out. I'm going to try to round it out to be 2.5 hours. So I'm going to yap for like 2 minutes, and then I'm going to end it and say it was a good stream. And I'm surprised that so many people tuned in. 10 concurrent viewers is fantastic. And I hope people did have a good time. I had a good time. 2 hours actually flew by. And I would love to hear what people think about the little ghost VTuber. I want to do better art for my little character. I don't know if I've said this, but I drew this little art. I drew this and a few of the others, and I have gotten some fan art, but of course, I didn't ask the people to use it. I was just like, thank you, it's very nice, but I might draw a better version myself, or like commission someone someday, because I like my little character. I think he's a fun little guy, a fun little spooky dookie ghost. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I said, I'm going to end the stream soon when it hits 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I'll go ahead and do my little outro, well, in a minute. Which is, you know, I'm spacing out. But yeah. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. It was very nice. And it's cool to see people who I've seen in my comments come in and chat in the chat. That's like a really nice feeling. It gives you a feeling of community and a sense of like, people actually care about what you're making and care about what you're talking about, which is really fun. I want to say thank you to Ren, Flipsy, Comaz. Thank you, Comaz. Thank you, Misfit. Thank you, Cade. Thanks everyone who tuned in. Daniel, aka, Southbridge, if you were watching, anyone else. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. It was really cool. And, thank you for letting me haunt your digital devices for just a little bit. I'm GhostsOnHoliday. And remember that dreams are nice. Good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever it happens to be. I know I'm not going to bed yet, but, you know, it's nighttime anyway, so.